Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are handing you the ultimate insider's playbook for conquering AP Seminar. If you're enrolled in this course, or, even just thinking about it, and you are totally ready to stop memorizing and start analyzing, grab your notes. We're mapping out exactly how to succeed and secure that top score. So how do you ace an AP class that doesn't just test what you know, but how you think? I mean, that is the million-dollar question, right? Succeeding in AP Seminar requires a complete paradigm shift from the way you've probably approached school up until now. Think about it. Traditional classes often prioritize memorization. You absorb facts, you regurgitate them on test day. But AP Seminar, it flips that script entirely. It doesn't just test your content knowledge, it fundamentally tests your focused, critical thinking. You're no longer just memorizing the dates of some historical battle. Instead, you're investigating the real-world implications of modern conflicts, and you're proving that you know how to build a rock-solid case. You actually get to choose the topics, but your success relies entirely on proving exactly how well you can analyze them. And this brilliantly illustrates the big difference here. Traditional AP classes often feel like, well, a marathon of textbooks and multiple-choice bubble sheets, right? They're mostly a solo endeavor that culminates in one massive high-pressure test in May. AP Seminar completely changes the game. Here, the focus is entirely on developing research and presentation skills that actually mirror the real world. Your main assignments aren't bubble sheets. They are extensive research papers, slide decks, and oral speeches. You'll be collaborating with teams, doing deep independent investigative work, the whole shebang. It all builds into a portfolio submitted throughout the year, meaning your success isn't riding on just one single stressful test day. Okay, so here is our strategic roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. A different kind of AP, 2. Mastering the Quest framework, 3. The 3 grading pillars, 4. The year-long timeline, and 5. Top tips for success. Let's jump right in. Section 1. A different kind of AP, skills over memorization. The big payoff here goes way beyond high school. Succeeding in this class means you arrive at college already knowing how to bypass basic search engine results in favor of genuinely credible academic journals. You're going to learn how to construct compelling college-level arguments and, this is absolutely crucial, how to stand in front of an audience and speak with absolute confidence. Plus, completing AP Seminar alongside AP Research serves as the foundational pathway to earning the prestigious AP Capstone Diploma. That is a massive standout on university applications. It proves to admissions officers without a doubt that you already know how to handle high-level, independent academic work. Moving on to Section 2, Mastering the Quest framework. Quest is essentially the 5-part engine that drives everything you do in AP Seminar. Honestly, if you master this framework, you master the class. So let's walk through how to succeed at each step. First, you question and explore. The secret here is not picking a massive, unmanageable topic like climate change. No, you want to narrow it down to something really specific and actionable, like, say, the economic impact of carbon taxes on local agriculture. Then, you understand and analyze. This means reading your sources critically to identify their core claims, rather than just skimming for quotes to drop in. Third, you evaluate perspectives. This is where you assess source credibility, spot bias, and purposely look at an issue from multiple, sometimes highly contrasting angles. Fourth, you synthesize those ideas. You take all that diverse evidence you've gathered and build your own original, well-reasoned argument. And finally, team, transform, and transmit. This is where you collaborate effectively, design your presentation, and confidently communicate your evidence-based solutions to an audience. Master these 5 steps, and you'll hit every single requirement this course throws at you. Section 3. The 3 grading pillars. Okay, let's dive into this. Like we mentioned, your final score isn't decided by a single agonizing exam. Instead, you face 3 main boss battles, if you will. Performance Task 1, which is your team project, is worth 20% of your total score. Performance Task 2, your individual research project, carries a massive 35% weight. And finally, the end-of-course exam, the formal digital exam in May, wraps it up at 45%. The real secret to success here is realizing just how heavily those 2 performance tasks weigh into the total. They make up the majority of your grade, and they are entirely within your control over a long period of time. And that leads us to a major strategic takeaway that should instantly alleviate any exam day anxiety you might have. 55% of your final AP score is locked in, submitted, and completely in the books before you even sit for the standard May exam. To put that into perspective, while your friends in AP US History are panic cramming 200 years of facts the night before their test, you've already won the majority of your battle. The bulk of the work is done naturally during the school year through your carefully crafted portfolio. Section 4. The year-long timeline. Let's move to and see how this builds chronologically. Because so much of your grade relies on that digital portfolio, success requires treating the year like a strategic marathon, not a sprint. Quarter one is your training ground. It's all about skill building. You're mastering source analysis, proper citation, and getting those early presentation jitters out of the way. By quarter two, you shift into high gear with your team task. This is where you write an individual research report and deliver a group presentation. Quarter three requires deep focus as you tackle your individual task, building a complex argument from stimulus materials provided by the College Board. And finally, quarter four brings it all together with final portfolio submissions and prep for that 2-hour digital end-of-course exam. So all of these elements feed into one continuous year-long cycle. Think of it like a giant puzzle. Your scholarly toolkit, meaning mastering proper citations and learning how to conduct thorough, credible research, is the engine driving you forward. Throughout the year, you're going to apply 8 distinct interdisciplinary lenses to your research. For example, you might analyze a single topic through both an economic and an ethical perspective, or maybe a futuristic and a political one. Doing this successfully pushes you right through the inquiry funnel, directly feeding the high-level analysis you need to ace those 3 final performance tasks. Let's detail those 2 heaviest components, where the biggest points are won or lost. Performance Task 2 demands a rigorous 2,000-word academic argument based on stimulus materials. And look, this isn't just a basic essay. You have to synthesize multiple perspectives seamlessly. That paper is then capped off with a 6 to 8 minute solo multimedia presentation and a live oral defense, where you literally have to think on your feet to answer surprise questions from your teacher. Then, the May end-of-course exam shifts gears into a 2-hour test. It focuses on analyzing a single source's line of reasoning in the short answer section, and then, get this, synthesizing 4 brand new sources to write an original, evidence-based essay right there on the spot. Section 5. Top tips for success. So the crucial point is, if you want to guarantee you hit those top scores, you have to implement these survival tactics. First, befriend the rubric. Seriously, don't just read it once. Use it as a line-by-line checklist, because the College Board grades strictly by it. Know exactly what earns high marks for word count and evidence integration. Second, pace yourself early. Rushing a 2,000-word academic paper the night before a deadline is a guaranteed path to burnout and a low score. Break it into dedicated days for research, outlining, and drafting. Third, practice your oral defenses out loud, repeatedly. You want to feel rock solid and unshakable on presentation day. And finally, evaluate your sources ruthlessly. Actually, scratch that. Evaluate them obsessively. Your argument is only as strong as your evidence, so you must prioritize peer-reviewed journals and institutional reports over standard internet blogs. AP Seminar is just a rare opportunity to stop absorbing information passively and start investigating the world actively. It sets you up with a toolkit that will put you miles ahead of your peers in college and beyond. So, I will leave you with this. With the absolute freedom to choose your own research path, what burning real-world issue are you most excited to expose, analyze, and solve first? Think on that, go dominate AP Seminar, and we will catch you next time.